President Trump stormed the complex.
These are pro-Trump supporters who have taken to the steps of the Capitol right now.
We solve it through debate and discussion in courts and judges. And I just want to make sure everyone hears that today. This is unacceptable.
Came out of Spanish, and my dad was like, "They're storming the Capitol," and I was like, "Oh, what?" And I go look on the TV, and then you see all the flags and the people and everyone.
I thought it was like another meme, and I was shocked when I found out it was an actual event.
My mom was just like, "Do you hear what's happening?" And I had no idea. I was really confused.
It felt almost like it wasn't real, but a lot of my coworkers were shocked as well.
I was I think just at home, and I immediately went to go look it up and see what happened, and I was just really shocked that anyone would even do that.
And obviously first thing is just discuss, because I'm not for any sort of violence or anything like that, and just in my personal belief, violence of any kind, any political violence, that's just out of bounds.
To me, it's just insane that how that could have even happened in the first place.
Going forward as a nation, this is going to be a defining moment for sure. It's going to determine whether or not we can bounce back from this and, unite as a country and kind of try to move forward and progress, or if we're just going to let the schism between those two groups define what our country stands for, and just see if it affects the way that we, function as a nation.
Clearly, that's something that's really goes against the core of us as Americans.
I believe that now people will be much more politically involved, because after so long of just talking about things or posting about things, all of a sudden this came to a very dramatic, climactic event.
At least in my personal experience, I've seen a lot of people just throwing out labels and targeting individuals that had nothing to do with it, but just saying that, if you believed a certain way, that you therefore supported and condoned that violence, and I think that's wrong. We really could unite. I mean, unity is entirely possible, but as long as that rhetoric is kind of being spewed out, I don't see that sort of unity coming around.
I don't think we can just make a direct statement and say, okay, it's this one person's fault. But definitely indirectly, there were a lot of contributing factors.
The fact that there's just so much different information going around and media divisions between people, it's kind of making citizens kind of go against each other.
Trump, you can blame Biden, you can blame Pelosi, you can blame basically everyone at that level of government, because both sides were kind of instigating the other. Both of them were trying to start a fight.
The people that worship Trump, you know what I mean? They see all of that, and what else would they do? They see the man that they respect, the man that they follow, talking about how democracy is now broken. What else would they have done? They took action, and in their minds, that's the right thing to do. So I feel like Trump's reaction to the election led to that.
So indirectly, I think we could place blame on a lot of people, including the system of American government itself.
Trump, because all, if not most, of the people that stormed the Capitol were wearing his merch and waving around his flag.
It was the Trump supporters, so I'm gonna blame them, but I don't know if a person in particular told them to go do that. I
personally would have to say that individually, it would be the individual's decision to go there and decision to do that.
If we are able to learn from these events that we've experienced and instead try to move forward from them, as opposed to focusing on only them and realizing, as long as we realize the damage of what they've caused and how much we really need to change that behavior that we've been partaking in for so long, then I think that there is hope for this country.
I hope that everyone can come together and realize that at the end of the day, we're all just Americans, and we can be happy, pretty much.
I'm really hoping that we'll see more unity and a lesser degree of polarization somehow.
I hope that we can all just be in peace and unified, and that everything will get better soon.
That we can all just like agree on like that Joe Biden's president, and that we can all just like hopefully be together again in terms of like politic-wise, and like not be at each other's throats a lot.
When we see true injustices in our society that we can all agree on are bad, that we can all get behind and fight against it. And that when we see something that promotes justice and equality and equal opportunity, that we can all get behind that and support that. And I think that every American can agree with that sentiment.
I hope it's over soon. I think we all do. I think that's the one thing we can all agree on, is that we hope this is over soon. So